I'm good.
How was your day?
It was good.
It was good. Great. Okay, so Jasang, did I say that right? Jasang. How do you pronounce your name? Just is it Jasang? Did I
You
say
said
that?
it right the first
I
time.
said it right? Okay,
Yeah,
great. How are you?
yeah, I'm
Are
good.
you doing good? Good. Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Is that it, Professor J, or do we have? Oh, I see Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
How was your day today?
It was good.
Good. Am I going to get a chance to see your face? I hope
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. Hold on, hold on.
Okay, good. And Javon, am I going to get a chance to see your face today?
Sorry, not today. I wasn't feeling a rush. I'm sorry.
What? Well, you kind of know that's a prerequisite, right? You have to show your face. The cameras have to be on, right? Because this is like interactive and engagement. So I need to see you. Is there any way that you can turn your cameras on? That would be amazing. And I would really appreciate it.
Uh, um, um, may I please turn it on Thursday?
Okay, I guess that's okay. Professor J, is that okay? Because I know part of,
Yeah,
the goal for today is to have everyone turn their cameras on.
we definitely encourage it. So I guess yes, please come prepared on Thursday to be camera ready, everyone, and
All
moving
right.
forward.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you all for being in today. I don't know, do we have, is that everyone, Professor J?
I believe so. Did you get to say hi to Summer?
I did, yes.
Okay. And
I
it's
Hi.
think
the
I got everybody. Oh, no, we have someone else that just came in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, Samiko, we have some other students coming on, so they might be straggling, and we have a few who are gonna be late for extracurricular activities that they're doing. So
Okay.
yeah, you can
Hi,
just.
Rosie.
Hi, how are you? I'm trying to get my
Um,
camera on too. Don't you worry.
how are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Good to see everyone. Welcome back.
So should we get started? Do you want me to wait a little bit
No,
more
no,
or
you can go on and get
get
started.
started?
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to officially welcome everyone to your session today. This session is going to be about the fundamentals of business. And my name is Samiko Hartley, and I am going to be your professor today. We are going to get into a little icebreaker, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about me during the icebreaker. Okay. So I know you kind of was preface what today's topic was going to be. So I want to do a little check-in to see how everybody's feeling about today's topic, the fundamental of business. Are you feeling happy, sad, tired, anxious, blessed that you're going to be learning this topic, excited, sleepy, or something else? Who would like to share? I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to start with you first, Navia. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling happy.
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing. Rima, how are you feeling?
I think I'm curious.
Okay, very nice. Stephanie?
I'm feeling happy.
Happy? Okay, so we got two happy so far. Alexis, how are you feeling today?
Tired but interested.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. It's late during the day, right? We had a long day. Thank you so much for showing up. Hopefully, we could get some energy going, right? Summer, how are you feeling?
Tired and hungry.
Tired and hungry. Me too. Evan, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling curious and tired.
Okay. All right. So hopefully during our break, because we do get a break, we'll be able to stretch, maybe do some deep breaths so we can get some energy, maybe run in place to give us a jolt of energy. Hopefully I'll be able to excite things up so you can get through it. Roxy, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very eager and curious.
Okay, very nice. Ivy,
It's Evie, but I'm feeling happy.
happy? Okay, great. Jasong, how are you?
I'm just tired.
You tired? Okay, I understand. Carolyn, how are you feeling?
Happy.
Happy? Kimberly?
Excited?
Excited. Stephanie?
Happy.
There's two Stephanie. So your name is E Stephanie? Did I say that right? Yes, your name is E Stephanie? Did I say that right? Okay, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling happy, sad, tired, anxious, blessed, excited, sleepy? Something else is not up there?
Wait, who are you talking to?
You're E Stephanie? Is that your name?
Yeah, I had already answered. I said I'm feeling happy.
Okay, so there's another Stephanie. So there's the Stephanie Sanchez, right? And then your E Stephanie S. So the first one I had asked was Stephanie Sanchez, and I thought she answered. So I'm sorry. It was a little confusion. All right, I got it. Isaac, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm
Say it again.
feeling blessed.
You feeling blessed? Yes. I love that answer. And Giovanna, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling tired but excited.
Excited? Good. Okay, great. Well, I am feeling happy. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling excited, a little tired, a little hungry, but I am so honored to be here with you today. We are going to, let's go through the goals for today. So, I'm not here to talk. We had talked this a little bit about this. If you could have your camera on, it is very much appreciated because I'd love to see all of your faces and your expressions, and I can see who I'm talking to. Please feel free to ask questions as we move along each of the topics. Take notes. I know you have a workbook, and so in part of your workbook is to fill out some of the things that you're learning today. All right, so make sure you take notes so you can fill that in. We're going to have a trivia game, I think, at the end of this. And then be open to share and we'll get to know each other and what you're going to get out of this topic for today, right? So by the end of this session, you should learn what a business is, the purpose of a business, how businesses make money or create impact, how technology transform businesses over time, and how to your business set up for themselves for growth, right? So those are the things that we're going to talk about. And so I want you to really pay attention and take notes because in your workbook, there's going to be an area for you to fill out information for, okay? And then you'll have that. So at the end of the week, when you do like your assessment for the things that you're learning, you'll have all that there, okay? So we're going to do a little icebreaker. Does everybody have a piece of paper and a pen near them? Yes? Awesome. All right. So this icebreaker is called your future business sweet spot, right? So I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to do 4 boxes on that piece of paper. All right. And each box you're going to you're going to have a different label for each box. All right. The first box is going to be what I love. The second box is going to be what I'm good at. The third box is going to be what people need. And the fourth box is going to be what I can get paid for. All right. All right. So I want you to take, and then I want you to take 30 seconds for each box and write the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. Don't spend a lot of time on the first thing that comes to your mind. So, what do you love? What are you really good at? What do people need? And what is something that you could get paid for? So that means we have 2 minutes. All right. 30 seconds per box. And then when you're finished, we're going to come back and discuss as a group. All right. Anyone have any questions? Nope. All right, I'm going to time it. All right, we have 1 more minute. All right, time is up. All right, so who would like to share one of the things, what you love, what you're good at, what people need? And then I want you to share what you think, how you can turn that into a business. So think about that, right? What you love, what you're good at, what people need, and how could that become a business someday? Who would like to go first? Go ahead, Roxy.
I put for what I love is appreciating. What I'm good at is listening. What people need is a listener, and what I could get paid for is organizing. And I think a way you could turn that into a business is by like being like advocating for others, or being a voice of reason for others, like a um I forgot the word for it, like a mediator.
A mediator. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. That was great. Who would like to share next?
I can go next.
Okay, go ahead, Rima.
For what I love, I said I like being creative.
Okay.
What I'm good at is like coming up with like ideas, and probably like time management.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what people need is something new, like something out the box, and what I could get paid for it turn into a business, probably like a bakery because like you could always get creative with like a bakery and like think outside the box.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, let's do one more. Anyone else would like to share? There are
Yes,
no. Go
I
ahead.
would like
Okay.
to share. So yeah.
Okay.
So what I love is traveling in planes, and what I'm good at, learning fast, and what people need is helpful people, and what I could possibly get paid for is customer service. Most likely.
Customer service. You can turn that into a business. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing, Nabiha.
Yeah.
Wait. Nabiha. Right? Did I say that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for sharing. I want you all to hold on to that because we're going to come back to that later on during the session. So I'm going to share. So my name is Tamiko Hartley. I'm going to be your instructor facilitator today. I am the owner of Miko New York and the Boss Law. So what I love is creating things. I love learning and I love nature. What I'm good at is motivating and inspiring others. What people need is nurturing resources and support. And what I could get paid for is consulting and teaching. And how I have been able to turn all of those things into a business. So first I had a natural hair care salon, and that was helping women to learn how to love and care and style their natural hair, right? I was also able to turn that business into workshops, do hair shows, do brand partnerships with major product brand companies, and do editorial work. So you see how creating things and learning and nurturing and what people need, women needed someone to help them learn how to love their hair and take care of their hair. So I was able to take what that and turn it into a business. And then I also have a consulting business where I help other organizations, right? Help entrepreneurs start and grow businesses. And then I have an event space where entrepreneurs can come in and use this space for their business as well. So I was able to take those things that you see in those quadrants and turn it into a business that have been successful. And I have been in business for over 20 years now. So 2 decades. So for a really long time. So today we're going to really get into the fundamentals of business so that you can see how you can take those things and turn them into a business. All right. Can someone read this for me, please? This quote is by Tristan Walker. Can someone volunteer and read that for me?
I can.
Go ahead, Summer.
I never had a dream to start a health and product company, but I leaned into my lived experience to do something that I felt I was the best person in the world to do. I feel that if everyone can activate around the principle of lived experience of what makes them uniquely positioned and the best person in the world at this at that specific thing, not only will the world be made a better place, but the folks who are working on those things will be happier, more fulfilled. Tristan Walker.
Thank you so much, Summer, for reading. Does anyone know who Tristan Walker is? No? Okay, so he actually started a company. He created the razor. He is a black man, and you see his beard, right, is really rough. And he could not find a razor to shave his face without getting irritated and getting all these bumps. And so, because he was frustrated with not being able to find a product, guess what he did? He created the product, and it got so big and it did so well that he now built this beauty brand company, and he was able to sell it to a huge organization for a lot of money. So he saw a problem, and the problem started with himself. And I'm quite sure he wasn't the only male in the world that he knew that was having the same issues, right? So he probably did some research and saw that there were so many other men out there having that same problem. And what could he do about it? And he developed. So he didn't grow up in this industry. He didn't know anything about, creating razors, but it started with a problem that he had. So you see how we go back to what we talked about in that quadrant. What do people need, right? People needed, some male men needed something to help them if they wanted to shave their face without being irritated. And he was able to create that. And so that's really where business stemmed from, right? Business stems from, there's resources, it stems from a process. So, how you're going to add the value, someone finding a solution, and then you need people to pay for it, right? So, it's an organization or enterprise that engage in either commercial, industrial, or personal professional activities, right? So let me ask you a question. If someone created a product and people didn't buy it, would that be a business?
No.
No. Why not?
Like you said, business is an organization and enterprise that allow people to engage in. So if nobody is buying from a product, the business will not succeed.
Exactly. So what would you call that then? If no one was buying the product, but you had it and you really enjoyed it
Like
and it
just
was a lot of
an
fun. Say that again.
idea, an idea.
It's an idea. Excellent. Exactly. And that, or it could be called a hobby, right? It could be something that you love to do, something that you're really great at, but if no one is paying for it, then it's not a business. So would you say that business is an exchange, right? Is an exchange of an idea, of a product, right? Or service for money. So you need the two in order to have. So it has to be a want or a need or a desire, right? So it needs to be something that's literally tangible. All right. There's a solution. You have a customer. You have a business, right? Give me an example of some product-based businesses.
Aussie.
Say it again.
Aussie.
No, I don't. I'm not. I don't think I understand what you're saying. You said RC, an example of a product-based business.
Aussie? Like, oh, I thought you were asking for like a brand.
Okay. No, give me a product. What do they sell?
They sell hair care products,
Okay. Here, what particular hair care product?
like for curly or coily or kinky hair.
Okay. Very nice. Give me an example of another product-based company. Something that you use. We all use product-based companies, right? Every
Apple,
single day.
Apple iPhones,
Absolutely. Very good. Can someone give me one more?
Skincare.
Skincare. What's your favorite skincare, Caroline?
I use ordinary, like cleansers and stuff to wash your face.
Okay. Do you have a particular company that you prefer over another?
Ordinary or
Or
CeraVe.
oh, that's the name of it, Ordinary. Okay. Now, what about that company? What is it about that company that you love? Why do you choose that company over another company?
It just like um it's like I guess like the only one that really works for me.
For your particular need, right? So
Yeah.
you have a particular need, and that company solves that problem for you, correct? Right. Thank you for sharing. Can someone name a service-based company? Let's see. Kimberly, can you name a service-based? Can you think of a service-based company that you use?
Like an app?
Okay, that would be considered a product. So a service-based company, do you go to the salon and get your hair done?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a service-based company. What salon do you go to? What's the name of the salon?
Um, it's not a specific one.
Okay. Do you go to different salons for
Yeah.
different styles that you need? Okay. Very nice. So did anybody else think of another service-based company?
tutoring,
Tutoring. Very good. Right? That's very good. You have consulting. I think someone mentioned consulting. You have baking. But baking, you have two. That's a service and a product base, right? Because you're providing a service, but then you're also providing a product. So there are companies that actually offer both. And that was something that I offered even in my salon. So I did the hair, that's the service, right? But then I also sold the products that I use for their hair to them. So I made money both ways. But again, you have to solve you have to have a problem, right? So you're solving, you have a solution. You got to have a customer that's willing to pay for that solution. And then you have a business. Does anyone have any questions around that? No? All right. So let's go back to what you said in your box, right? Something that people could pay for and a business that you could have. What do you think the need would be that you would fill for that business? What would be the solution that you would be offering? Isaac, did you write down a business that you could solve that people need?
Um, actually, no.
No? Okay, so what did you write down? What is something that people need?
Dependability,
Uh-oh, you
dependability.
froze. Sorry, you froze.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Um, our dependability, dependability.
Oh, you said dependability?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is something that you could offer, a business you could have that would offer dependability?
I could be like a guru, like a guru.
Okay, and what particular a guru how? Like what would you share? Because gurus are usually experts in one particular area, right?
Money,
You
like
said a guru on
like
money.
yeah,
Okay, so you could be a financial advisor?
yeah.
Okay, I like that. Very nice. Very nice. Does everybody get the idea? Yes? Okay, great. Does anybody have any questions? Rosie, you wanted to share something?
Not a question. I just wanted to add to Isaac's response. He's actually interested in, and I'm going to blow up your spot here, Isaac, but real estate. So kind of center those ideas around what you like to do, Isaac, what you're interested in, okay? All right.
And even in that, just to piggyback off of what Rosie said, even in that real estate world, what do people have to get in order to be able to buy real estate or buy property? They have
Money.
to have money, right? They have to get a loan, they have to go to the bank. So understanding money, right? In that world is very important because not only would you be able to sell them a product, but you need to help them understand their finances behind getting that real estate, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Very nice. So you can tie it all in. Very good. Um, okay, so we're gonna go and we're gonna talk a little bit about friction mapping framework. So remember we talked about solution, right? You got to have a problem. You got to sell a solution. So that problem is considered like a friction. It's something wrong, right? And they need an answer. They need a solution for that answer. So where does problems usually start? When you realize or you understand, you get a problem, where does it usually start? With you, right? You find I got a problem, I have an issue. For example, Caroline, you said you had issues with your skin, so you needed a certain brand to help you with the issues with your skin, right? And most likely, you're not the only one with that issue. So that's what friction mapping framework is about. It's three levels of discovery. First is personal, like what's actually bugging you and bothering you, right? And then now you need to find a solution out there. And then you find out, hey, it's not only bugging me or bothering me, it's bugging other people that I know too, my family and my friends, people in school, right? And then you find out, wait a minute, there's even more, there's a whole market, there's a bunch of people that's out there that's having this same product, the same problem. And guess what, that's how businesses grow, right? You find a product, it's working for you, you share it with other people, it's working for them, and now you realize there are hundreds of other people out there that this product can actually help. Does that make sense? Right, starting with you. So um, let's go here. So we're going to talk about, now let me ask you this before we go here. I want each one of you to write in the chat, what is something that have bugged you personally? That bothers you, that annoys you, that makes you frustrated? Can I see the chat? Let me see if I could see. Okay. I'm going to be looking in the chat for it. Homework, classwork, homework. Okay. Look, what is it? District overlooking mental health crisis. Oh, I love that, Roxy. Finding the right hair care products. Excellent. Disrespect. Very inflation. Excellent. Let me see who else. Who am I looking for? Stephanie. Oh, prices of healthcare. Very nice. Oh, these are some really good answers. Okay, I got one more. Being in a group of school with individuals who don't help. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you to type in the chat, what's the solution you think could be for that problem? So I'm looking for your solutions. Student-led organizations. Very nice, Roxy. Asking for a new group. Okay. Surrounding myself, taxing billionaires more than the average person to leverage inflation out. Okay, surrounding myself with better group members who will do the best for their ability, more class time. Okay. Anyone else? This is really good. Thank you guys for sharing. Do it on time and then class homework. Okay, great. These are great answers, but I want you to start thinking like entrepreneurs because you're now founders in here, right? So yes, when you have a solution, think of a solution in terms of how could you turn that solution into a potential business, even if it's consulting. So it may not necessarily be a product, but again, you can consult, right? If you have a solution. So taxing billionaires more than the average person to leverage inflation. How would you turn that into a business? Surrounding myself with better group members who will do the best of their ability. How could that potentially be a business, right? Student-led organizations. All right. So because I want you to start thinking about that as we now go into vision and mission, right? So a business should have a vision, right? The why does this business exist? And it should have a mission statement. How are you going to get there? Like the how. Can someone read the description for a business vision statement for me?
Describes the future you want to create, the why.
The why. Excellent. I saw someone else raise their hand. Who raised their hand? You could read the mission statement for me. Was that Roxy? Was that you? Who raised your hand?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
The mission statement describes what you do every day to get there, the how.
Very nice. So, for example, Nike, their vision is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Their mission is to do everything possible to expand human potential. Do you see that? And who in here wear Nikes? Almost all of us. Okay, great. Now, when you buy that product, do you feel their vision? Do you feel like they bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world? Think about the athletes. Who's the biggest, one of the biggest athletes that represent Nike?
Ron.
LeBron. I have somebody in mind. He's a little bit older than LeBron, and I think people compare him to LeBron all the time. MJ, yes, Miss Rosie. Michael Jordan, right? So when you think about Michael Jordan and you think about his sneakers, do you feel like Nike used him to bring inspiration and innovation to the athletic world? Absolutely, right? Because when you think about Jordans, when you think about Jordans, you think about, what do you think about? Basketball, right? You think about how he was the first for a lot, right? When he was the first one to start dunking. So that was their vision, and their mission was to do everything possible to expand that, right? And they did that through making sure that Nike is a household name. Would you agree? Yes. Can anybody think of another company that's big and you would think of like their mission and vision statement? What are some of the companies that you use every day? New Balance. Very good. So what do you think? I want you to look up what New Balance mission statement is, Giovanna, and tell us what it is really quickly. What do you think? Someone mentioned Apple earlier. What do you think Apple's vision and mission statement is? Nabiha, you mentioned Apple earlier, right? Apple products. What do you think their mission statement and their vision statement is?
To override Samsung, maybe?
That's
Maybe.
a good one, but it's not. That's a good one, but it's not. Let's do this because this is where technology comes in, right? So let's look at what Apple's mission statement is. Can you do that for me, Nabiha, and tell me what Apple's mission statement is? And you tell me if they represent that mission statement well. That's Javana, that's what a New Balance mission statement or vision statement is? Yes? Okay, great. She said, yes, ma'am. Even though we can't see you, you could take yourself off of mute so we could hear you. I'd love to hear your voice, even though I can't see you.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. So can you read it for us? Did you look it up? Can you read it for us?
Yes, it says New Balance vision is to be the world's leading athletic brand driven by a commitment to quality, responsibility, manufacturing, and community impact.
Nice. Now, do you see that when you hear that mission statement? Do you see that in your product and your brand?
I believe so. From what I've observed from other athletes, like track athletes especially, they always use New Balance. There's also in a place, well, let's say competition that takes place where New Balance is surrounded by like New Balance Nationals. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it.
That's
You
where a
said
lot of athletes competes when they get into nationals.
nice, very nice. Thank you so much for sharing. Nabiha, do you want to share what Apple's mission statement is?
Yes, to bring the best user experience to their customers to through like innovation and hardware and uh yeah,
Software and
etc.
services. Excellent. Now, do you feel that Apple have achieved that mission to bring the best user experience to customers through innovation and hardware? Who
Yes.
here have Apple? Oh, that's most of us on here. Who here have Samsung? Only two of us on here have Samsung. So I think it's safe to say that all the Apple users feel that they bring the best user experience, right? That's why you have an Apple, correct? Because most people are diehard Apple users for iPhones, for Macs, right? For your computers. Very good. Thank you for sharing. So I want you to start thinking about a mission and vision statement when it comes to a business, because you got to know your why and you got to know how you're going to get there. So we're going to take a break. We're going to take a 5-minute break and then we'll come back and we'll do the second half. Okay. Does anyone have any questions around mission and vision statement? No? Okay, great. So we'll take 5 minutes and then we'll come back, okay? Welcome back, everybody. How was your break?
It was good.
Did everyone get a chance to stretch? You did? Okay. Did some of you grab a bite to eat? Because I know some of you were hungry. Were you able to grab a bite to eat? Yes? All right. So what I want to ask you before we get into this next segment, let me share my screen again. Hold on 1 second. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on? Okay. By a show of hands, who here has ever thought about potentially starting a business or becoming an entrepreneur? Rosie, okay. Oh, almost everyone. Almost everyone. May I ask what business? I just want to go around and ask what business. I'm going to start with you, Nabiha.
Tutoring.
You said tutoring?
Yeah.
What problem are you solving?
to help with algebra 1 and 2, any level, AP, AAC, and engineering by Fusion.
Very nice. Rima, did you have your hands raised?
Yes.
Okay. What business?
Like a bakery or a pastry, something like that.
I should have known you were going to say that because you did write that down, right? So if you had a bakery, what problem would you be solving?
Um, I'll be solving, not like really solving, but like satisfying like the out of the box type of need type for people.
Okay. I
Yeah.
love that. So people that are looking for something different than what
Yeah,
they
like
would
I don't know if
normally
you've
get.
seen like the new like the fruit cakes, like the cakes that look like a fruit, but they're a cake. So that's kind
Okay.
of the trend, like the bakery stuff, and like that was very creative.
Okay. All right. We're going to come back to that.
Go
To
ahead.
get know, Roxy, what business were you thinking of?
I wouldn't really know how to call it, but I would want an organization where it's kind of like, I guess, like a central hub where people who want to volunteer locally can do it whenever it's like at the library or at City Hall.
Okay, so you would have an organization that would provide volunteer services for other organizations. So you would have people come to you, right? And then you would be able to send the volunteers out to people that needed them.
Yeah.
I love that. Ivy, did you have your hand raised? No?
It's
I'm sorry.
Evie, but yeah, like
Evie,
braiding.
sorry.
I would like braid. I'm sorry, my dog's in the back, but I would like braid, do hair.
Do hair. Okay. What problem would you be solving if you're doing hair?
Like something gone wrong, like if some you go to somebody else and they did you wrong, like I'm gonna fix it for you.
Okay, I hear you. Thank you. Kimberly, did you have your hand raised?
Yeah,
What business? What would be your business?
I would do investment and I would do like trading with securities, managing real estate, and operating as an investment firm.
Very nice. Stephanie, did you have your hand raised? Mm-hmm.
I would I I don't really know, but like maybe like jewelry.
Okay. Why jewelry? Can I ask? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I really like jewelry, so like I would like to like create that for people to also enjoy.
Oh, so you would do custom made jewelry?
Like somewhat.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll come back to that. Just saying, did you have your hand raised? No?
Like
Did you have your
yeah.
what would be your business?
I would choose kind of like physical therapy because like most people are now getting into like sports and stuff like that and like exercise, but like there could be like a bunch of accidents that happen during like when they're in the gym or like they're out. So it would be like a time where they could recover from that injury.
Very nice. So there is definitely a strong need for it. Is that something that you're really good at, that you love?
Um, I mean, I love sports, so like even
Okay.
then, like, and my mom's also an EMT, so I kind of grew up with like medical stuff like that. So I'm kind of familiar with like the human body and what it requires to function.
Excellent. Very nice. Stephanie, did you have your hand raised? No? Okay. Alexis, did you have your hand raised?
Yeah.
What would be your business?
I would wait. I would do like an insurance firm or I would do like a staffing company.
Very nice. So what problem would you be solving? I mean, those are very easy problems to solve, but what problem would you be
Yeah.
solving? Uh-huh.
So with the insurance firm, like you would be getting insurance, everyone needs health insurance or car
Mm-hmm.
insurance, emergencies. And then for staffing company, my uncle owns one, so I'm kind of inspired by like the success of it. Plus, like it finds people jobs, like helps like companies thrive by having workers and yeah.
Very nice. Carolyn, did you raise your hand? No? Okay. Summer, did you raise your hand?
Yeah. Um, Either between a clothing business or a hair business.
Okay. So you would be doing like a hair salon?
Yeah.
Okay. Or a clothing boutique.
hmm
Okay, very nice. Evan, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, so I would want to do like a business and something like maybe like real estate or like buying and selling houses or also like starting a law firm because that's like something I'm interested in.
Very nice. Isaac, yours would be a real estate as well?
Yeah, but like besides real estate, I would also like I would, I want to start like transporting business.
What in particular transporting? Like trucking
Um,
or
nah, so like I would transport like products from other like foreign nations and like I would take them to the
oh,
US and
import
sell them.
export.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Very nice. And then uh Stephanie, you said no. Giovanna, did you have your hand raised? I mean, I know I can't see you, but were you interested in starting a business someday, maybe?
I'm not interested in starting one, but I'm interested in being part of one, like building my
Okay.
way up.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Like, in the future, I would like to work in the hospitality industry where
Okay.
I could service people, and especially in like a hotel where I could be like an assistant manager or a secretary.
Okay, very nice. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you all for sharing. So, this part is going to be really important because if you want to potentially start a business, you have to have a plan, right? Everybody's heard of a business plan before, right? And typically, business plans are this. Rosie, did you want to say something?
No, I'm so sorry.
Okay. Typically, business plans are like this 50-page document that tells you everything about the business, right? It has an executive summary, it has information about you, about your business. But today we're going to talk about a business model canvas. This is a one-page business plan that's going to literally help you develop your business, right? This canvas is a strategic management template for developing a new business model, new business idea, which is what all of you have. So, how are you going to use it? There are 9 blocks to this canvas. There's your customer segment, there's your value proposition, there's your channels, there's your customer relationship, there's your revenue stream, there's your key resources, your key activity, your key partners, and your cost structure. If you use all 9 of these blocks to develop your business, you will have a business that will most likely survive. And we're going to take a look at those blocks right now. Let me go in here. So the first thing you want to do is you really want to start with your customer segment and your value proposition. Your customer segment, these are the people that you're going to target, the people that need, want, and desire what you have. And your value proposition is what makes your business stand out from other businesses? What makes you special? What makes your business unique? Because a lot of you mentioned businesses, but there are tons of businesses that are out there that are doing the same thing. So, what separates your business from someone else? And then you have your customer relationships. So, what are the activities? What are the things that you're doing? What experience are you creating for your customer? You have your channels. The channels are the ways that you're actually connecting with your customer. So, you have social media, you have email, you have direct mail. What do you have? Link? Do you have? What way are you using for to connect with your customer? Then you have your revenue streams. So, how are you actually making revenue? How is the revenue coming in, right? Remember, I said I had a salon, but I didn't just make money doing hair. What are the other ways that I said I make money in my salon? Who was paying attention?
You
I made
sold
money from hair. Go ahead.
you
Who said
sold
that?
the products
I
that
sold the
you were using
product.
in their hair to them.
Exactly. Did you get the other ways that I was making money? I partnered with product brand companies. I did business summits. I did workshops. I went to universities and taught. So I literally had 7 streams of income in a salon, right? So I didn't just offer the products and services, but I was able to expand my services. Now you have your cost structure. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. Your cost structure is all of your expenses, everything that is going to cost you to run this business, right? And then you have your key partners. These are the people, these are going to be like your manufacturing company, right? These are going to be the people that you need in order to make your business run, right? So for me, my key partner may be product brand companies. It may be organizations and schools so I can go in and do workshops, right? And then you have your key activities. So what are the things that you're actually doing in your business, right? And then your key resources. What are the resources that you need so that your business could run smoothly? All right. So for example, I'm going to give my business as an example. Remember I said I owned a salon? So my customer segment, what kind of salon did I say that I had? Did anybody catch that? Anybody remember what kind of salon I said I had? It was a natural hair care salon. So that means women who have very thick, curly hair. So now would everybody be my customer? No. Why not? I have a salon. I can do hair. Why wouldn't everybody be my customer?
Because you focus on like a specific type of like hair.
Exactly. So I could say, oh, I'll do everybody's hair, but if I'm focused on natural hair, then I'm going to do myself a disservice by trying to get all customers that don't have natural hair, right? But then I also had a luxury salon. So my salon, the prices for my salon was not your typical price. I charge $300 and $400 and $500 for women to get their hair done. So now would you say that everybody that was natural, would they come and get their hair done there? Go ahead, Roxy. Right. Why do you say that?
Because the people who usually do try to like focus on their hair, try to look for cheaper options since they have like so many products.
Right. So would it be realistic to say that then my customer would be women who have natural hair, but it would be women that have a certain income bracket, right? Because not everyone would be able to afford those prices. So you see how I'm narrowing down my customer segment? Because if I could narrow down my customer segment, now when I market and I talk to the customer, I'm going to talk directly to the women who have natural hair, who make enough money to pay my prices, and who enjoy luxury service. Does that make sense? So that's why I want you to start thinking about who your customer segment is, because everyone is not your customer. And you don't want everyone to be your customer. Everybody could buy from you, but it doesn't mean that everybody is your customer, because your customer is going to be the person that not just buy your product once or twice, but it's the person that's going to come back and buy it over and over again, or send other people just like them to buy that as well. Does that make sense? Okay, Roxy, yes.
What about for businesses like Walmart or Target who like sell like a lot of things in one general store?
Very good. That is a really good question. So because they have a bunch of stuff, I'm going to ask you this question because both of them are large department stores, right? What do you think separates Walmart from Target?
I think Target focuses like more on technology and Walmart focuses more on like your general needs.
Okay, that's a good. Anyone else would like to share their thoughts?
The price?
Caroline, say that again.
The price.
Very good. So if you go to Walmart and you go to Target and you look at the same product, where are you most likely going to get that product for less?
Walmart.
Walmart. So then who do you think Walmart's target customers are? People who are looking for products at a lower price, right? And that's really how they advertise, right? So they know that everyone is not going to care about a lower price. There are people that don't mind paying full price or more for something because they want, they want luxury, or they don't mind that. So Walmart directly targets their customer segment. They have spent money to understand that customer and what they need and what they want, and that's what they provide for them. Does that answer your question, Roxy?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So now let's think about value proposition, because that's the next one that's really important, right? And I'm gonna go here because those are the two that we're focused on now, right? So your customer segment, we said, are who are your customer? Be very specific, right? And now your value. So now what value do you bring to that customer? And you want to be very specific about the value, and in a way that is going to separate you from everybody else that's doing it. And so now I'm going to ask you, I'm going to take it back to myself, right? We said my customer was a woman with natural hair who had a certain income bracket, who likes luxury. What do you think that they value? What do you think would be important to them?
Customer service.
Customer service. Yes. Anybody else? All right, I'm going to start calling on some people. Let me see. Evan, what do you think would be important to them? If they're women with natural hair, they have high income paying jobs, and they love luxury. What do you think they value?
Like the quality of your work because they're paying like a premium price for it.
Absolutely. And Summer wrote that in the chat as well, right? So they want great customer service. They want what I call a customer experience, Roxy. So I made sure that I created a customer experience that they would never forget. And that's a part of customer service. I made sure that they got quality services. So we use quality products, right? And there's one more thing that was really important for my customer. Because if they're getting if they are in a high paying job, most likely they're what?
Stressed out.
Stressed out. So having that time, that personalized time when they are not rushed, right? When they're getting that service and I'm giving them that attention, they value that. And there was one more thing that these women, because they were natural. And when people have a lot of hair and natural hair, what is something that they want or they need? They need to learn and understand how to take care of their hair, right? So they needed someone to educate them on the right products, all right, and how to maintain their hair in their home. And that was my value proposition. It was being able to educate my client, give them a great customer experience, a great quality, and that's what separated me from everyone else. And so that's where the product market fit is. You have a customer, you have a value, we are a match. So it doesn't matter how many other salons are out there that is doing what I'm doing, they're looking for those values, and they found that in me. So I want you to start thinking about that. I want you to start thinking about, for your businesses, what is your customer segment? Who are the people? And I want you to niche it down and be very specific. Think about all those things. And then I want you to think about what the things that they value and how you could bring them value in a way that's going to separate you from everyone else that's doing it. All right. And what is one way that you would know how you're separating yourself from everyone else that's doing it?
By customer feedback, or like consistent customers?
Yes, very good. And that's considered you doing market research, right? So you can go directly to the customer and you can ask. And what's another way? Who else wants to be an entrepreneur? I need to hear from my entrepreneurs. Come on, we're founders in here. I need a great answer. Yes. I need to hear. So what's another way that you can get that information so that you can separate yourself? I'm going to give you a hint. It starts with a C, because you're not the only one that's doing it, right? There are other people out there doing it. Go ahead, Giovanna. I see you take your mute off, so I thought you were going to share. Evan?
I
Okay,
don't.
go ahead. Go ahead. You can share.
I was gonna say constructive criticism, like, but
No, that's good because that's customer feedback, right? If you have a customer or you have people that are giving you constructive feedback, that's great. But I was going to say your competitors, right? There are other companies that are out there that are doing the same thing. You could look at what they're doing and what they're not doing. And now you add the value, right? That's an excellent way because if it's a company and they're doing well, what do you want to know what they're doing well? Right? Because everybody loves it. But then now you're also looking for those loopholes, right? And now you're going to fill those loopholes because those are things that their customers that they have now are not getting. And now you could look at yourself and look at the things that you can now bring into it. So that's what you're going to think about when you think about your value proposition and your customer segment. Does anyone have any questions around that? No? Say that again, Evan.
No.
You don't have any questions? Okay. All right. So I'm going to now turn it to you guys. I want someone to share, because if you all have businesses, and I wrote them all down on this paper right here, right? So I want you to share who do you think your customer segment would be? And there's no right or wrong answers because as you go through the program, you'll start to understand and narrow it down. Okay. So who would like to share who you think your customer segment would be? Go ahead, Roxy.
I think my customer segment would be high schoolers.
Okay, high school. So that's interesting because you said you wanted to have an organization that would be a hub that provides volunteer services to other organizations, right? So your customers may not be high schoolers. Those are going to be the people that work through your organization. But who are you providing? Oh, you got it. Okay, so who do you think your customer is going to be?
I'm sorry, I thought you meant like the people who would go to me like for the volunteer. I think that the customers would be small businesses that are trying to like get their startup.
Very good. So your customers would be other organizations, right? Specifically that are looking for volunteers for their organization. Very good. Anyone else would like to share?
Mine would be high schoolers for the tutoring.
For the tutoring,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, okay. Would it be the high schoolers or would they be paying you?
Yeah.
The high schoolers.
Would
Okay.
it be their parents?
That's
Yeah.
a good
Yes.
question. Who would like to answer that question for Giovanna? Would it be the high schoolers or would it be their parents?
It can be like sometimes in the middle.
Okay.
I was gonna
Okay, Evie,
ask.
I see you shaking your head. So share your thought, Evie. I see you shaking your head. See, what do you think? That was a good answer, Caroline. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing.
like in the middle, because maybe it could be like random and you just need help real quick. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. But also, like, if it's an ongoing thing, then your parents are obviously gonna have to like pay for it, like for lessons.
Thank you, Evie. So the customer is the person who's paying you, right? So even though the service might be used for someone else, the customer is the person who's paying you. Does that make sense? So how do you feel you target your customer, Nabiha?
Um, More so like people who are not very well educated in that topic. Or it could
Right.
be, it doesn't have to be high schoolers. It can be like anyone, like in university, like a student from somewhere else or etc.
Great. So you would actually be targeting the parents of the people that need your service because most likely the parents are the ones that are going to be paying for that service. But you're going to talk to them about their child, about the student, right? Because the parents want the best for their child, right? And so when you market, you're talking to the parent about the need so you could help their child, but you got to talk to the people that are paying. Does that make sense? So for example, if my client was a little girl, if I did little girls' hair in my salon, are they my customers or are their client my customers? Segment, who am I going to market to? Am I going to market to their parents? I'm going to market to them.
The parents.
Parents.
The parents, absolutely, because the parents are ultimately the one that makes the decision. So I know it might sound tricky, but I want you to think, when you think of customer segment, when your focus is on the children, on the students, but your actual customer is the person who's paying, if that makes sense. Okay. Anyone have any questions around that? All right. So who else want to who want to go at it? Who do you think your customer segment would be?
Like entrepreneurs.
Okay. Entrepreneurs, through your transport business company, because you're doing import export.
Oh no, that was for financial like guru.
Oh, so because when you said your business was going to be real estate and then import export. So that's what I was
Yeah.
going on.
Oh.
So who would be your
For
customer
real
segment?
estate, it would be like home buyers.
Home buyers. Okay. Now you can break that down even more too, but that's great. I'm quite sure you'll get that later on. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? No? Okay. Very good. You guys did great. That was good. So now that we know we've built this canvas and we understand what it takes to build all the things, components that it takes to build a business, now we need to make the business run. We need to have the things to help us be efficient to operate the business, right? And so we have what we call a stack. These are the things that we need. The old way. What do you see on the picture, that the things that we needed to make our business efficient, right? We see a telephone, a fax machine, a calculator. Everything was manual, right? That's all gone. So now everything is digital, right? Everything is online. So what are some of the tools and resources, equipment that we could use to run our business? You could type it in the chat, or you could raise your hand or call out. Some of them are listed here. A website, absolutely. Very good. Hold on, let me go down so I could see. Who else? We have AI. Yes. We have spreadsheet software. Absolutely. We have Canva, right? For creating flyers and marketing materials. We have TikTok shops, right? You can make an app. Absolutely. Very good. We have Instagram. So literally, most of your business could be digitalized in order to make your business efficient. Why do you think that it's important to have all the tools you need to be able to run a business? Anyone want to get a go at it? To be able to run the business smoothly,
It
right?
looks like we have some
Effectiveness.
responses in the chat.
Say that again. I see
Looks
them.
like
Yes.
we have some responses in the chat.
Mm.
Effectiveness and efficiency.
To get more attention. Okay, that's one way for like advertising, right? To get your business out there, but to run the business effectively and efficiently, very good. To be able to run the business smoothly. What part of the business do you think that's called? And I think I mentioned it. I said it a little bit earlier. To run the business smoothly. What would you call that? That's operations, right? To be able to operate your business, right? So we need things in place. If we can't operate our business smoothly, then most likely our business won't run effectively. And then what'll happen to our business? Will we be able to continue to run it? Right? So for example, if I had a whole bunch of customers coming in, but I didn't have a system to make appointments, do you think that I could potentially lose customers because I can't make appointments efficiently? Right? So you see how having a system would be able to help me keep a track of all of my customers, right? What if, let's say example, I had a luxury salon. Do you think that it would be beneficial for me to have someone answer the phone, or for me to answer the phone myself while I'm doing hair?
to have a secretary to answer the phone.
Why?
Because your time is more valuable, like in somewhere else.
Yes, Roxy, that is amazing. And this is why having your stack is important. Because if you could utilize technology, then you could spend your time someplace else as an entrepreneur generating income. Does that make sense? Very nice. So, what are some of the tools that you feel like you could use in the businesses that you want that would be helpful? Rima, what is a tool that you feel like you could use to help you run your businesses successfully?
Obviously social media because I feel like that's the fastest way to get and reach to people.
Okay. And that's for marketing, right? Very
Correct.
good. What else do you think that you would need? So once you get the people in, and let's say they want your business, what are the tool or resources you expect that you feel like you would need to help run your business smoothly?
Probably like Canva or something to make like my menu and stuff like that.
Very good. Excellent. Anybody else would like to share? Roxy, did you have your hand up? I think someone had their hand up. No? Let's go for Stephanie. You have a jewelry business. What do you think you need to run your business smoothly?
Um, Probably like a type of software to like take count of the inventory and like the new products that are launching.
Absolutely. Very good. And are you creating the jewelry as well?
Yeah, that's like
So very nice. So maybe a software that help with design, right? Great. Let's see who else we have. Alexis, you have an insurance firm or a staffing agency. What technology stack do you think would be helpful with running your business successfully?
I think like definitely social medias, like
Okay.
having like your phone and having like social media accounts to reach more people.
Okay. So that's for marketing, right? To get the word out there.
Mm-hmm.
But then do you feel like you need anything else like internally to help run your business once you get the people in?
Internally, once you have people, and I think you just need to have like a structure on like your main goal and make sure you have like all your workers ready to like do what they need to do. And I think that's really it.
Hmm. So do you think that it would be helpful for you to have a website?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful to have a website.
Okay. Now, why do you think, because everybody says social media, right, is a great way for marketing, but why would having your own website be just as important as having social media?
Because when you have like your own website, you have like a direct like source of the company. Like you can read their mission statement, everything about them. You know what the company is about, like their experiences and the years in business and all that. So you just get a big or overview of the company.
Exactly. And people are coming to you, they're showing their interest, and you're able to gather information once they come to your website. You usually can't do that on social media, right? And then what happens when social media crash? We've experienced that before, right? And now you have no access to all those people. But if you have a website and you've gotten their contact information, now you always have a way of now building an email so that you could directly communicate with them, right? So this is why it's really important to understand what resources or what digital assets are going to benefit your business so that if anything ever happens outside, your business won't suffer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Does anybody have any questions? So everybody use Google, right? Everybody, how many of us use Canva, familiar with Canva? Everybody use Canva? Yep. And it's free now, right? They have a paid version and a free version. Yes. Canva is one of my favorites. TikTok, everybody's on TikTok now, right? And they have a TikTok shop, and then there's Instagram. Any other resources that's up here that you use that you don't see here? No?
I would say CapCut because I think that like to some people they're not really good with like reading stuff. They like seeing the impact rather than reading the impact, if that makes sense. And like
Yeah.
editing videos, I think that's really big.
Absolutely. And now with AI, you could actually research the type of business that you have and what tools would be efficient, right, for your business to run it as smoothly. So once you have your business model canvas down, you could literally go to AI and AI could help you build that stack and it'll tell you every tool that you need because there might be some out there that you may have never heard of before. But AI now could help you learn about other resources that you'll be able to use. So here are some of the examples of the stack. So this is technology that you use to build and run your website, your mobile application, and anything that you may need in your business. So you have like Google, Gemini, you have ChatGPT, you have Zapier, and you have Make. These are like automated, so things you can use to automate. I also use Zoom is another one, right? So if you're doing workshops, this is another one that you could use. And then you have Canva and you have social media. All right. So you're going to work on something called the friction hunt, right? As you're going to find 3 problems in your neighborhood. Then you're going to pick one that you really care about the most. And then you're going to bring it to the next section. I think we already started to work on it, right? Because we already talked about, one of the things that problems that you have. So you can start with that one that you already wrote, or you can come up with 2 more and add 2 more to them, come with 3 total different ones. Then you're going to pick one that you care most about, and then you're going to bring it to the next session, excuse me. Can we go back to tech stack, please? Yep, I wasn't finished. Absolutely. So this one or the last one, Summer?
This one.
This one? Okay. Just give me a thumbs up when you're done. Are you done, Summer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have questions about what they're going to bring to the next session? No? Okay. So let's do a quick recap. I want to see if you're paying attention. All right. So, what is a business essentially? And I want someone who hasn't, Roxy, you've been on fire. So I want someone else who have not been as on fire. So let's see who I'm going to call on. Okay, go ahead. Giovanna, you want to go?
I would say a business is like a process, is like an organization that helps people interact and engage with one another.
Very nice. Very nice. Anybody else want to expound on that?
In the beginning, on the slide, it was like business equals solution.
It's a
Yeah.
solution a solution. So what do you need in a business? You need I'm not going to go back. So you need the
The
solution.
problem,
Customers.
the customer, the solution equals business.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So it's an organization, right? Or entity that engage in commercial, in industrial or professional activities. So you can have a product or you could have a service, right? And we talked about what some of those products could be and what some of those services could be, right? So you have to have something in, right? Something that's going out, something that people are going to pay for. Because if they don't pay for it, then what is it? Someone said it's just an idea, right? Or it's just a hobby. So you have to have a customer. Very good. Okay. And then next we talked about the business. We talked about your vision versus your mission statement. What is the difference between the two?
The vision is the why and the mission is the how.
Who said that? I didn't get to see who
Some
said that.
summer.
Summer. Very good. Excellent. Right. And then next we talked about the business model canvas. Does anybody know the 9 elements of the business model canvas? I know that one's a little bit hard. So if you don't get it completely right, it's okay.
I
But
had
you can
down. I had key partners, key activities, key resources, the cost structure, the revenue stream, the customer relationship, the value propositions, the channels, and your customer segments.
excellent, Rima. Very good. And what are the main two that we focused on today?
The
Customer
customer
segment.
segments and value propositions.
And value proposition. Absolutely. Now, is everybody your customer? No. Why?
Because you can't really make a product that fits everybody. You usually try to target a specific group.
Very nice. And why is knowing your value proposition really important? Caroline, do you remember why knowing your value proposition is really important?
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. Why is knowing your value proposition really important?
Mm,
Do you want us to come? You want me to come back?
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Kimberly, do you remember why knowing your value proposition is really important?
Because it helps to build off on that business and create key relationships.
Very good. Anybody else would like to expound on that? Evan, would you like to expound on that? Why is knowing your value proposition really important?
Wait, what?
Knowing your value proposition. Why is that important? Especially if you know who your customer segment is.
So that you can like expand your business.
Okay. Roxy, you want to go ahead and give it a shot?
Because you want to be able to like have a good competition and know what makes you unique and what makes you different than everyone else, so that when people are given their options, they're like, I want to go here.
I
Absolutely.
would like to add on to that. I'll say it'll provide good quality as well. Like your product will provide good quality to your target audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your value proposition is going to do exactly those two things. It's going to separate you as what's going to make you unique and separate you from the competition. And it's going to help you to be able to develop the better product for your particular customer. Very good. Excellent job. Does anyone have any questions for me? No? All right, so I'm going to go around the room, and this time everybody's going to have a chance to share. What's one takeaway that you've learned from today? And I'm going to start with you, Nabiha, because I see you first, and then I'm going to go around. What's one takeaway that you learned from today?
Sorry, it wasn't unmuting.
That's okay.
Um, the value proposition is like it basically clearly tells people like why they should choose you over their other businesses and stuff. Why are you
Excellent. Very,
important? You know?
very good. Thank you so much for sharing, Rima.
One takeaway from today was probably like the customer like segment and really like kind of like expanded like my like knowledge on like who you need to target and like how to make it smaller.
Very nice. Roxy?
Mine is also the customer segment, and I wrote down, you don't want everyone as your customer, because that's something I never really thought about. Because when you do speak to like you could speak to a room of 100 people, but if like word for word, if what you're saying it connects to 20 people, you're most likely going to see those 20 people for a long time, and they're very likely going to be like very loyal to you as customers, and that matters more than a one-time customer.
Absolutely. And this is something you'll learn to along the way. They then become your advocate. Do you understand what that means? So not only will they come to you, but they're going to tell everybody that they know about you. And then those people are going to come to you too. And that's who you want to niche down and who you want to focus on. So excellent, excellent. Caroline, what's one thing that you take away from today?
Probably also the customer segment and how we're saying what we love and what we're good at and what we need and what we can get paid for to like make up our own business.
Very nice. Thank you. Evie?
I would say that friction, like there will always be some kind of friction, even when things are going good. You still need to be aware of everything that's going around you. Yeah.
Very nice. Now, can I ask you, why is that important? Especially being an entrepreneur, knowing that friction is going to always be there. Because what does it help you do as an entrepreneur?
Work harder, I guess.
To solve the problem, right? Absolutely. Very nice. Kimberly?
A few takeaways that I've gotten from today's lesson are the mapping frameworks and the levels of discovery, and how those go hand in hand with the vision and mission of a business.
Very nice. Stephanie?
I took away like to try to stand out with your business because you're trying to solve a problem that many other businesses are. So like just really to try to stand out in front of that like crowd.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Jasai?
I kind of took away the goods versus the services. You know how certain companies market other things and like items compared to action.
Okay, great. Nice. Summer?
I like that it's good for like businesses to have like a model canvas so that they can like, develop their plan and like their model, and things that they need to do for their business.
Absolutely. Evan?
I'd say that like you need to have like a good business plan if you want to like succeed in being an entrepreneur. And also that you have to be like organized and have a good system, like having a website so people can see you. And also like having like maybe like workers, like a clerk or something to help you stay organized, like with appointments and things.
Very nice. So all those things will go in your business model canvas, right? So you have
Yeah.
all of that outlined. It'll help you operate your business. Thank you for sharing. Great. Isaac?
Just really like just understanding what makes a business. Like,
What makes it
yeah,
I'm I'm sorry, you're going in and out.
just just understanding on what makes a business.
Okay. What in particular, what's one thing that stood out for you?
I would say um, just understanding on like just on how people would um navigate towards your business.
Okay. How you can draw the customers that
Yeah,
would pay for your business. Very nice. Alexis?
I would say like the importance of like connections and like you either have to be very unique with your business or you have to become well known and spread yourself, make sure you're out there to be successful.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Stephanie?
That you have to find a way to make your business unique, especially if there are other businesses similar to yours, and you can do that by like checking out your competitors and seeing what they are and aren't doing, and then whatever they aren't doing, apply that to my own business.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. And Giovanna, last but not least.
I took away that you can like build a business from personal needs and wants, just like Tristan Walker. He couldn't find a product that he really needed, so he created one of his own. So that could help others because in this world there's not much of what you want. So creating what you want could really help um I guess pull you from what other people make.
Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Oh my goodness, you guys were amazing. Thank you all for allowing me to be here with you today to talk about the fundamentals of business. So on Thursday, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. And it basically still kind of take what we've already learned and just kind of expound on it a little bit when it comes to that value proposition and that customer segment. All right. Does anybody have any questions for me? No?
We have
All right.
the survey for tonight in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yep. I was going to hand it right over to you, Professor Jay, for the survey. So it is in the chat. You want them to do it before they get off?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yep. So if you guys could complete the survey for tonight before you jump off, you could drop a D in the chat when you're done and sign off.
Excellent. Miss Samiko, before they drop off, is there anything that you would like for them to complete before the next class?
Yeah, so we went over it, the friction hunt, right?
Okay,
That
got you.
so they have the three problems in their neighborhood that they have to write down. They have to pick one and then that they care about the most and then bring it back to class next week.
Excellent. Okay, awesome. All right, so if anyone has any questions about what's being asked of you for the next class, please stay behind to get clarity. Otherwise, that is the assignment for the next class. Great job tonight, everybody. I told Mr. Miko you guys were on top of
On
your game, so
fire. Yes.
I already warned her. So great job tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And Mr. Miko, phenomenal job.
Thank
Always
you.
love. I got to see you in person and now I get to see you online. So amazing. Amazing. Looking forward to the next class.
Thank you. And thank you all.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing you all on Thursday. On Thursday, Giovanna, I'm going to get to see that beautiful face, right? Because you promised. So I'm going to get to see it, right?
Yes, I apologize. The device that I was using, I don't know what happened, but it doesn't allow me to put my camera on.
It's okay. I'm looking forward to meeting you and seeing your face on Thursday.
I'll be using another device.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for everything. I had a
Thank
great
you
time
so
today.
much. Thank you, Mr. Miko. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it. We'll
you.
see you
Thank you,
on
Miss
Thursday.
Samiko. That's awesome.
Yes.
All right. I think everybody's done.
Yes. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. Great class tonight. Good night, Samiko.